Of the developments in Niger are deeply, deeply concerning, and I believe that they need to be reversed, because if not, it would jeopardize U.S. counterterrorism operations to combat extremists in the region and undermine the hard-fought democratic gains.
Hey, Grio fam, it's Gerren Keith Gaynor, White House correspondent and managing editor of politics at theGrio, and I'm here with Congressman Gregory Meeks, who is the ranking member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, welcome back to theGrio. Always a pleasure to have you.
Good to be with you. Thank you for having me.
I would love to get your thoughts on what's happening in Niger. President Bazoum has been captured by the military in Niger, and General Chiani has taken over and recently gave a speech accusing the international community of attempting to destabilize Niger. What do you make of this moment, and what role should the U.S. play here?
Of the developments in Niger are deeply, deeply concerning, and I believe that they need to be reversed, because if not, it would jeopardize U.S. counterterrorism operations to combat extremists in the region and undermine the hard-fought democratic gains won by the people of Niger. And you don't take these few generals to override the free and fair election that elected the President Bazoum. And you see that ECOWAS is also united, saying that this should be reversed. And so I think that the mediation efforts that are now being put forward by ECOWAS leaders and governments to try to secure and restore the democratically elected government of President Bazoum and to defend democracy. That's what this is all about. Defending democracy in Nigeria is important, and the actions that I think they're taking is encouraging, and in fact, they're also inspiring.
And you mentioned defending democracy. This isn't the first African nation in this region to have a coup in recent years. For those who just don't understand why this keeps happening, why is this happening? And are you concerned about democracy more broadly internationally?
Well, I'm very concerned about democracy and coup d'etats, particularly in West Africa. And that's why this is really important. And that's why we need to make sure that President Bazoum is restored there and the democracy is restored there, because we don't want the continued spreading of coup d'etats. Look, there are elections, and this is what we're talking about, a democracy. We want those elections to be free and fair. We want folks to be able to monitor those elections and look to make sure that they're free and fair. One side wins, one side loses. The side that loses, then the result should not be overthrowing the government, or if the military feels that they're not getting the power that they want to overthrow the government, there should be another election when that election comes up, abiding by their own constitution, as opposed to having what is taking place now. And that's why I think it's significant and important to have ECOWAS, the other African countries in the region, to be a part of and negotiating hopefully to remove or bring back President Bazoum to the presidency, so that we can preserve that. So I'm very concerned. It also makes it hard for countries like the United States to do what we want to do, to be able to be helpful and to prevent terrorism in various areas, when you don't have trusted individuals and systems and institutions that are in place. So it's very concerning, and I do worry about that on a consistent basis.
Congressman Gregory Meeks, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.